Hi there Capricorn, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for March. Your personal expression and ideas zone is absolutely zinging with energy as this month begins. So for the first couple of weeks of March, it is going to be important to try to be as active as possible to capitalise on what is quite a unique celestial skyscape. This sees 3 planets cooperating brilliantly on your behalf. But it is also going to be important to understand that 9/10 of communication is about listening. But if you do have something important to say and can come across as being a credible person, then other people will be very receptive to your message. Now also on day 1, Mars, the power planet, does go into a backward rotation. This retrograde will last for 2 months, and it's in your sector of ambitions. But as soon as week 2, Mercury in your second solar house and concerned with money links brilliantly with Mars, so there still can be a major breakthrough for you concerning a job or an improvement in your situation. Perhaps you're going to show the necessary ambition to push a scheme forwards, even if not everybody is getting it instantly. But I think the change on the 6th is going to be critical when Jupiter starts to go forward in your sector of relating, but on the same day Venus moves into your second solar house. When this happens, it almost always triggers an improvement in our financial circumstances. Your ruler Saturn does unfortunately go into retrograde on the 2nd, and it's going to be tracking backwards for 5.5 months. But this is nothing to be fearful about. This happens every single year. And you, above all other zodiac signs, get what Saturn's about. It's about dedication. It's about chipping away at long-term goals. It's about understanding that life isn't always served up on a plate for us. There are bumps in the road. And this basic resilience can protect you during this period. But it is tracking back in the part of your horoscope concerned with your future, and this therefore concerns your direction in life. So if you do go through some subtle changes of plan from now through to what in the northern hemisphere is the autumn and in the southern hemisphere the spring, don't be surprised. That is Saturn asking you to only be doing the things that are meaningful for your long term, and it could be friendships that are going to be changing too. Certainly focusing on the people who really get where you're coming from, but some exciting new people can be heading your way too. Now, with Venus and Mercury in your second solar house for some of this month, this can give you an opportunity to enjoy yourself too. It doesn't all have to be about tangible stuff like money. It can be about our self-esteem, our values, and in Venus's case, about enjoying the good things in life. So if you find yourself enjoying good food and wine from the 6th, then that's one of the upsides of this influence. In week 3, Venus is going to be combining with Uranus. Now Uranus has been a mischief maker for you over the last 3 years, making you quite restless at times in terms of your home and family life. Or there may be someone around you who keeps changing their mind or inhibits your freedom of movement. Perhaps you live in a shared house where there's not much space. Or you've got youngsters getting older who are asserting themselves and perhaps not quite as considerate as they might be. But as Venus links up with Uranus, this actually can be an entirely good thing, and you could have a brainwave to change around your living accommodation in a way which makes it more tolerable for everyone, or you may decide to move if that is something you personally want to do. The full moon, which occurs in the middle of this month, suggests that when it comes to communications, if there is a contract to be signed or you're waiting to hear back from something that's really important, you could find yourself on tenterhooks when it doesn't turn up or if it should be waiting. There could be a reason for this that's perfectly logical. But once Mercury moves into Pisces on the 18th, you'll find the wherewithals for a couple of days to actually chase up any outstanding paperwork or issues, and it can be resolved. If it doesn't happen after a couple of days, you may then find that in week 4, at the start of week 4, things get mired again in a bit more confusion, and this could be very exasperating. If you're trying to make any key decisions, the start of week 4 is probably not the best of times to do it. On the 21st, the Sun also moves into a new home, your sector of the home. And anything to do with the practical side of living is going to be featured, but also the emotional side too. Feeling nurtured, feeling comfortable, feeling you're with people who understand what makes you tick, all becomes much more important to you. And as the month draws to a close, I think you could find yourself enormously restless about your home situation, and that could mean that you move all the furniture around, or you decide to do something quite radical or different. It could be quite innovative, like building some dormers to create more space, or deciding to downsize because you've got older offspring who've flown the nest. But if you do something, it might come as a surprise even to you. As the month draws to a close, there is a clash, a mighty clash, between four influences, suggesting there could be a bit of a push or pull. So in a family situation, what you want may not be what other people want as well. And it is going to take some diplomacy to unpick this. Otherwise, people could take up fixed positions and it could become a little bit tense. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.